Let me see, 4S6CBD. It might be Israel, but I'm not sure. 4S6, no, I don't think it's Israel. CBD. No, it's Sri Lanka. I had him the other day. If I don't feel like trying to spell it, I'll just go like this. And I have forgotten one step, and I just caught on to it. Just a minute. You see these guys here? Shame on me. I'm supposed to take these, the ones I don't know. Yeah, I always forget when I'm not talking. I'll get it right. You know, I go to the past check-ins, and I right-click here, and I paste it special, because that's how they get filled in. Like this guy, I copied Sri Lanka. I wonder if he's still in there. Let's see what happens. His special. Nope. Okay, if you ever make a mistake, hit that back arrow. You can start again. Control C. You can do it with the mouse or the keyboard. Oh, when you're pasting, no, you have to use this so you get it like that. If it was a color like that, it won't come out right down here, see? Anyway, see that name? I'm not going to try to spell them. I'm just going to do this. That gets me in there. Go like that, and there he is. I'll show you what happens when you look him up like that. Let's go to data page. There he is, see? That's what happens when I look them up. That's the idea, and I do that for if there's 75 or 100 of these, I do it for all of them, and that's where I look them up. All right, I took a look the rest of them up. These I saved to the grief. These U.S. calls, I know a U.S. call when I see it, and I don't use names for the U.S., which I had mentioned before, because there's just so many. It would be ridiculous. I can't be doing it for so many hours. So I'm through looking at this now. I'll just put it to the bottom, because now I'm going to go on with how I prepare the sheet. At any rate, I put in all the calls that were missing over here. Now it's time to sort these again. And we'll go to data. And I put, these are all in here now, they're showing. And I sort those by country again. I must mention, you see these gray areas? You can delete a whole line if you need to, but don't type anything in the gray areas. It'll break the formula. You can remove the stuff, you can delete it. Okay, so this is a very small piece of the sheet. What I do is, now comes more. Because I got all this done, I go to the paste sheet. You see all that junk on there? That's from another time. Just a minute. I had to remove the pup. I mean, so she wouldn't distract me. Anyway, on this sheet, I start up here, and I go to Analyze, and I refresh. I don't refresh all, I just refresh there. And all the other stuff went away, and this is here now. And let me see, I go up here, this part right at the top. And this is important to do this. I say select all, and then I just remove what I don't want showing, like blanks. If you have any errors and you missed something along the way, they'll show up in there, and you can stop it here. But I say okay. I didn't tell you, if you have a very long sheet, once in a while, it happens every week. There's going to be a name like George or something, or RR or something like that. It'll be invalid. It won't be a valid call. So when I find those in the sheet, before I get to this point, I throw them out. If you miss one and you see it here, well, you have to do it on 2 pages then. You'd rather have that taken care of before you get to this point. Anyway, I've done this on the paste sheet, but I have to do also on this page over here, the main page, the first one. You do the same. See, there's stuff from another time in there. I click here and I refresh, and then I go here, I select all. If you don't do that each time, things will show up and they won't jive. Now it says there's 11 of them, and now the rest of it is I go back to this paste sheet and I go get them. But the reason for that, when I was turning off the bold, comes to play now. I take them from the paste sheet, I go to the page, I'll go over here somewhere, I right click and I say paste it like that, no bold, right? Well, I start checking the countries. The countries are going to be in bold, so they'll show up. And you click bold, that's how that happens. And then I'll just move them like this where I want them to be. I set them over there so it wouldn't overwrite these. I do that all across the whole time. Just like that. I'm going to finish these. I'll be back. You know, normally I stack these all neat as I can, and I squeeze as many as I can in. And I only go over to, oh, see where the blue goes? It's checked so it won't go further than that. Because on my wife's website, she has it set up for that much width. That's why that happens. But then we're interested in this. I can bring this up if I want. New calls. I'm just going to tell a story and say I had like 4 of them. I don't know. But I wouldn't normally do that. I tell you exactly how many I put them in there. We bring this up to meet it. That can be done before or after we do another step. Go like this. This usually is way down there because we have so many. But, so the thing will look right. I go in here now. I go out to the O. I'm just going to do one thing. I'm going to go up to this guy right here. I had turned off the borders. I put a thick outside border. And then the sheet looks like that. Control S. I saved it. At any rate, really, that's the basis of what I do, only on a larger scale. Oh yes, let me explain something back here. When we go, no, let's go to the data. Let me see. It's the page sheet, the page, past check-ins. Yeah, it's probably back here. When I'm over here and I have data and I show queries, I did that earlier. You see that one? That's the open spot, but I don't use that one. The sheet was originally designed so that if I run that one, it does the whole thing and I can't add any more. It does the whole thing and I wouldn't be able to put pi stars in. So I made this page and I used a separate sheet to get the open spot data. And then I do all the pi stars and add them on and I sort them and take out the dupes just by clicking up above here. I do this, this sorting, removing the dupes. And there aren't any now. But if you hit that by mistake, all you're going to have is open spot. So you get the open spot from this other sheet that I have that's open spot. Well, I have to mention one other thing. I usually highlight all of this and I export it. Because I turn it into a PDF and I turn that into a JPEG to put online. This machine doesn't have the program to convert it. But what I would do is I'd go to File and I'd say Export. It says create one, but I don't believe it'll work in this. So if I say it, I don't know what it's going to do. Let's see. It thinks it is, but I'm not so sure if this machine will do it. Anyway, if I go there, I go to Options and I say Selection, because I made a selection. I don't want all that garbage in there, just the thing that I want in there. And so then I'd say Publish. Okay, that's because this machine isn't set up to print, and that's a printing option. This is my work machine from the radio room, and but the objective was to show you how this functions. Okay, we'll stop now.